I was actually pretty upset with James Gunn the way he did this here,
Mhm.
because it makes me think this article here, which I'm going to bring up, makes me think that part of the reason that Superman, the Clark and Lois stuff is so good is David Cornsweet himself.
Yeah, he's always an actor.
And then I don't like this. Like, I know people that work with James Gunn like him a lot, but I don't like this quote here. David Cornsweet would ask one question too many on Superman's set, because I think he was really taking this seriously, you know,
Yeah,
and not take it personally when James Gunn said, "Shut the F up."
Mm-hmm.
Some actors are sensitive. David's not that way. So I think he's trying to promote that, you know, Cornsweet has got a thick skin and he could take it.
Well,
but
yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, I know James in the past said, like, I'm not working with direct actors who are just assholes. Which, I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. That's most of the directors do that. Like, if you being a, if you being an asshole, I'm not gonna work with you. With all due respect, you get the hell out of there. Sorry, bro. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I mean, some. If you ask way too many questions, some directors will definitely.
Well, no, but he's taking it seriously, and the scenes that David had a lot of, let's be real, character moments are what the actor has the most control over, not the action sequences, right? Because you're in the character, you have a lot of dialogue to focus on, you have a co-star that you can have an intimate scene with, like with Rachel Brosnahan and Lois. That's where actors really shine. I'm not saying the director is relevant there. Direction is ultimately important. But when I hear this, I feel like David was taken really seriously, David and Rachel Brosnahan. And I think that's the best parts of the movie. And when I hear James Gunn say, "Shut the F up" to David Cornsweet, it kind of pisses me off. I'm like, well, what did David Cornsweet have to say that maybe would have made this movie better for Superman? You know? I know he's trying to give him credit for thick skin, but watch your background noise, please.
Oh, my bad.
They formed the kind relationship as the director and star of Superman. I don't see saying "shut the F up" as kind. I know people, friends throw little jabs there. I think in a lot of ways, James and I are made for each other. Cornsweet told the publication, James has this habit of, as you're working on the scene, he'll sit back by the monitors on the God mic and he'll yell directions at you, which is not how directors generally work. You usually do the scene, they say cut, and then they come and say privately and quietly, "I love that moment where you did this. What if we tried something else in the next one?" Cornsweet
He's not lying about that. Do see behind the scenes the videos and directors always do that. So he's right for sure.
Cornsweet said Gunn's yelling is something that would throw lots of actors off, and understandably so, but not him. The second that happened, I went, okay, this is going to be great because I have no idea what I'm doing. I desperately need a director, the actor admitted. I need a director who knows what they want and is willing to say it out loud without too much politeness and without beating around the bush. If I'm no good, tell me I'm no good, and then let's work together to make me good. Cornsweet said this push and pull came to define his relationship with Gunn, especially when it came to the amount of questions the actor asked during production. After we finished shooting, we were hanging out, and James affectionately, I think, described me, Cornsweet said, as having said a very nice thing. You're a filmmaker, and so you want to be involved in the filmmaking, and you want to help make the film as good as possible. Then he said, I think you're also a kid sticking his finger in light sockets, and something I got to slap you on the wrist and say, stop effing doing that. I don't like that. I like a
I mean, to be fair, like it is his first movie. No, not well.
No.
He done 2 movies, but like not like this is his big.
No, I'm not making James Gunn a villain or anything like that. I'm just saying I prefer that, and I'm sending RJ a link. I prefer like what happens when actors and directors collaborate. I think it's pretty offensive that he says you're like a kid sticking his finger in a light socket when you have an idea for the character or the film. or yelling. That's not the type of environment I like. Honestly, I'm not condemning James Gunn at all, but I got to say, this is the first time behind the scenes that I'm like, I don't like that. Hey, RJ, how's it going?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not like condemning. I still like James Gunn a lot. I just don't like the way I don't like this article about the way him and Cornstarch were behind the set.
This
like,
is natural actor-director relations.
No, it's not natural. It's different vibe, different takes, different ways to interact. There's some directors that are very, they want to know what their actors think of the scene. They want to know, but suggesting that you're like a kid sticking his finger in a light socket and says, stop effing doing that. I mean, that is a way to do it. I don't like that type of collaboration, honestly. I like a more back and forth, building each other up together, input going both ways.
Did they get along on set?
Listen, RJ, you're absolutely right. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Push back on me. They're not disgruntled. David Cornstarch has nothing but nice things to say. It worked for them. My personal preference is I don't like to hear this type of stuff, but ultimately the movie, they're both happy with the movie. David Cornstarch has an amazing career. He's now Superman, but this type of thing lends me to believe that I think we could have got better Superman interactions if we would have had more of a flow of ideas instead of a one-way direction,